Volleyball goes unbeaten at home over the weekend, while women's soccer is on the road, and men's soccer prepares for a big matchup in Tampa tonight.
We've got all this and more on this week's Monday Minutes on Osprey Sports Network.
Hey Ospreys, I'm Elizabeth Norton.
And I'm Christian Rui. The volleyball team was in action this weekend for their first home matches. They defeated Bethune-Cookman and Campbell on Friday before beating FAU in a 5-set thriller on Saturday.
Voice of the Ospreys, Richard Miller, caught up with Coach Steve Loswick and players following Saturday's win.
Head coach Steve Loswick after a monster win, a fifth setter against Florida Atlantic, and coach going 3-0 here at home debut. It's got to feel fantastic. What a match.
Yeah, it was definitely a great atmosphere. You know, we had a lot of fans making a lot of noise, and you know, one of the things we've been talking about as a team is protecting our home court, and we did a good job this weekend.
But the fact of Hoff, Allie Men, so many players playing well. Courtney Miller was outstanding, that you can rely upon just about anybody, any of your hitters at any given time.
That's one of the great things about our team. You know, we have a deep team this year. You know, I got a lot of players that I feel really comfortable putting on the court, and you know, we're going to find which ones are playing well that day and hopefully get them enough attempts to keep us in the game.
Enjoy this, and hopefully it carries over the momentum throughout the week.
All right, thanks, Richard.
Here with Karina Hoff. Karina, you were outstanding. 20 kills, hitting .366 for the match against FAU. What was the feel after winning the first two sets, and then the Owls start to storm back, but y'all kind of kept it together even though losing those next two sets?
Yeah, we kept our passing up. Our sets were on point. We just had, when it was time to get going, we pulled it out.
For Tessa Allie Men, you were outstanding over the weekend. If I had to vote for an all-tournament team, you would be on it. What was clicking for the Ospreys?
I think just all around our passing was there. That's really important in our game. If our passing's there, we can be in system, and then we have more shots as an outside hitter or middles to be in system more and just get those kills.
Well, and Abby, you were spot on. Your sets were looking great. Not only that, in 2 of the 3 matches, you had double-doubles. It seemed like everything was really clicking for you.
Our passers did a great job, and I knew if I just put the ball up, our hitters would put the ball down, so they made my job a lot easier.
What a weekend here at the UNF Arena as the Ospreys take a 5-setter against Florida Atlantic, and the Owls as well, defeating Bethune-Cookman, and last night against Campbell University. An incredible weekend for the Ospreys and keeping that momentum rolling against some very good teams. I'm Richard Miller, and you're watching the Osprey Sports Network.
Women's soccer wrapped up their 4-game road swing in Miami. With us is Austin Simmons, who gives us a recap.
Thanks, Elizabeth. The team had a rough time over the weekend in Miami with 2 losses. FIU scored their 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to win the match on Friday, and the Ospreys fell 5-1 against Miami this past Sunday. On the bright side, Lainey Keating broke the Osprey scoreless streak since the first game with a PK.
So the team will be back home at Hodges this weekend?
Yes, the team will be back home this Friday at 7 p.m. when they face Furman, and on Sunday when they play Georgia Southern to wrap up their non-conference slate.
Thanks, Austin. Well, the men's soccer team is on the road tonight. They face USF in Tampa in a midweek non-conference matchup. With us is Alex Gatland to give us a quick preview of the matchup.
Thank you, Elizabeth. After starting off 1-3, the Ospreys took a huge win against UCF on Wednesday. They look to continue that momentum tonight against USF. In the prior 2 games to UCF, the Ospreys surrendered 5 goals both to Elon and UNC Wilmington. The Ospreys will be facing a USF team who upset number 3 Georgetown earlier on in the season, but later fell to number 5 Notre Dame and number 18 Indiana.
Who are some difference makers you will be looking for with the Ospreys?
Well, it definitely starts with Jay Bolt on defense. He sets the tone for that defense, and they'll be really looking for a good performance out of him. And on offense, it definitely starts with last year's points leader, Alex Morale. We'll be looking for a huge performance out of him this game.
Thanks, Alex. Also in action over the weekend were both golf teams.
The women's team was in action this weekend in Iowa City, where they placed 6th in the Diane Thomason Invitational. Senior Emily Alpe earned the team high score and finished tied for 18th.
For the men's team, they were in Georgia at the Carpet Capital Collegiate. The 31st ranked Ospreys finished tied for 14th overall in a field that saw 11 teams ranked in the top 40 nationally. Senior Taylor Hancock led the way for the Ospreys, finishing tied for 14th. From all of us at Osprey Sports Network, I'm Elizabeth Norton.
And I'm Christian Rui. Have a great week,
And
go
go
Ospreys.